Greetings and welcome to this special small little Kerbal Space Program video where we are going to finish up our business on Laythe and tying together all the loose ends that we have left throughout the last couple of episodes. So, in the first 30-ish seconds we're going to have a small recap of our previous episodes and kind of just to get onto the same page. We have set up last episode this small little science outpost thanks to the equipment brought over from our new helicopter from Kerbin, and we have landed our SSTO/space plane, which was in the dock to the Laythe space station in order to refuel it, using the mobile refueling rover / construction rover that has new kind of parts from the KSP 1.11 expansion, or well, regular update. And with that we are heading off in our new helicopter in order to, well, do some surface science, do some surface exploration, and generally speaking cool things. So we flew around 17 kilometers towards this mountain range from our previous position that you can see on the left hand side, indicated by the marker, where the rover and the SSTO still is. We flew to this mountain ridge in order to, well, have a new place to land and explore a bit, and here we found a perfect place. Kind of I was looking for this type of thing, so a surface feature aka a geyser on this mountain ridge, and we actually spotted a purple that you can see other surface feature, and this is the perfect place to trying to put a flag into the ground. However, it still just falls over. What a shame. Anyways, we didn't just bring the helicopter here for giggles. No, we have aboard the helicopter a lot of additional equipment. To be more precise, the surface science equipment brought over from the Breaking Ground DLC, so we can establish a small little science surface outpost here using our nice scientist and engineering Kerbal. We have one RTG to provide power for 4 different units, those being one Grand Slam, one Mystery Goo, and one weather station. On top of that, we brought 2 small little lights that were added in the new update to illuminate this surface science feature or this place even during the night. And now, as we have completed the setup, we can pose for a nice snapshot with the 2 surface features, the rock and the geyser, with the ground surface science equipment and the helicopter and our 2 new explorers. So after this more or less long day stay at the new surface science base, the helicopter decided to fly back to the space plane and the rover underneath a beautiful glowing jewel that you can see hanging on the sky. And then we are approaching. Thanks to our lights, we can land even in the dark without any problems, and that brings us more or less to the next part. So we have refueled the space plane using, like I said, the refueling / reconstruction rover. Now we can just undock those and more or less wrap this refueling arm / docking arm back into a more reasonable position, closing up the docking port, retracting our ladder, and firing up our rapier engines, igniting them and accelerating on this mountainside, not that steep mountainside, but anyways, accelerating towards the sky, pitching up slowly but surely, getting airborne, and quickly looking back onto the side. And by the way, you just saw also on the left hand side the surface science outpost that we've placed there earlier using the helicopter. Now it's back to even more time acceleration, since we are now heading back into Laythe orbit in order to rendezvous with the space station. But before we're going to jump to that, we obviously need to do some correction maneuvers in order to be on the same orbital plane as the space station, since the space station is in a rather inclined orbit, which makes it kind of positive. This is rather useful when you're trying to land on a specific set of coordinates on the surface, since it passes over more terrain. Small side note, this is actually one of my first, I have no control whether it's my second, third or something like that, actual ascend. Ascend using an SSTO from Laythe, so I'm not going to give you any tips on how to do that properly, since I'm still in the kind of learning phase myself. However, it went without a hitch, and we were in low Laythe orbit. After a rendezvous, which was rather standard, we had some struggles getting those two crafts back together, since the docking, the RCS controls on the space plane are only in two directions, and we don't have any additional RCS pods that can translate in the forward and backward direction. However, just some small adjustments from the space station and we were docked together. Now transferring all the excess fuel into the space station, and everything is again ready to go. And with that being said, we can crossfade to a beautiful little shot here from the space station and the space plane. And on this note, I hope you have enjoyed today's small short wrap up video, and I hope to see you guys next time as well, when we're going to continue playing around in Kerbal Space Program. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, Space Sheep signing out.